Doom Guy. Rick, you and a couple other non-game related channels have really helped me in realizing the disgusting excess I've been living in and have had a huge part in me willing to give up a massive amount of my collection over the past year or so. I'm down to about 680 games now, which is still way too many, but it's only about one third of what it used to be. It's a process, but I'm still trying to trim it down little by little as the weeks go by until I'm eventually left with only one, maybe two bookshelves full of games I truly care about. I used to buy big time into the hidden gem and buy it because it's rare craze, and had stacks and stacks of games I owned for years and never played. The collector culture kind of grosses me out now, especially when it's all about the value for a lot of hardcore collectors. I love games and always will, but I finally realized that there are more important things than owning every single rare and expensive game in physical form, in part because of your videos. So thanks. Well, I can't remember. I don't think I've had like a lot of videos talking about game collections, but it's something I mentioned in comment today here recently, the last couple of weeks. It's cool, and the thing is, Doom Guy, it's different for everybody. Some people might think more than one bookshelf of games is too much. Some people, two or three, like or four. I can't tell you the exact number of games is like too many to have. There's a lot of people that chime in that say they like having a huge collection because, it's like maybe they can walk into a room and go, I have all these options. So your options, open up. Some people might like to have the option of playing any of all these Super NES games at one time. Your endorphins run crazy and you're like, man, this is nice. But my talk on it was the limitation of time. And even, let's say, even if, let's say you don't work for a living, right? If you don't work, if you don't do anything with your day, if you have all your day is, just nilly-willy of free time and everything, you're still not going to have time to devote to all of those games. You're not going to. And with games nowadays, see, games used to be maybe 30, 40 minutes long, NES, Super NES games or whatever, but now we have games like freaking Red Dead Redemption. I was like, what is that, like 100 plus hours to complete if you want to find everything? Like, there's a couple games, Doom Guy, that could keep me happy for the rest of my life. And you might notice that I play Shadow of Mordor a lot. I've been playing that game for years. I actually had to reinstall it, so I had to get back to the point I was before. But there's not a day where I won't. Well, sometimes I actually get tired of it, but there's not a day that I won't play that and actually enjoy myself. There's some games kind of like that. There's like some older wrestling games I play. There's a PS2 game I play, Know Your Role, I believe. And there's a couple on Xbox I play still. And then I recently got the newest wrestling game, 2K19. I could if I had to, I could play all the wrestling games for the rest of my life. GTA 5, I could get lost in that world, Skyrim. So that's less than 20 games I've mentioned right there that could do me fine for the rest of my life. Now, I don't think everybody's going to live like that. Some people are going to, say, well, I want maybe play a little bit of RPGs. I want some sports games. I want this. I want that. I want some platformers. And that's great. But what's destructive is what I see from certain channels is giving you the notion that to be truly happy, you have to get like us. You have to have a gigantic collection, to be very happy. And you don't have to. So, I love hearing different perspectives from different people. I would say that, in your particular instance, then that's a very good thing. But what's healthy to one person is not going to apply to another person. You just got to sit down and look at it and say, okay, how much of my life am I going to devote to games and gaming?